Hey, Dale. Dale? Dale! Oh, there's no Dale. I guess I need another Modmin to help me out then. If I say the magic words Modmins assemble, one will appear. So let's give this a go. Modmins assemble!
Hello, welcome to Spoiler. Wait, I'm sure I was just doing spoiler alert a second ago. Where am I?
Is that a Ned?
Yes. Where
Hello,
am I?
Ned. You're in the Shuntcast.
Oh, yeah, good to be back. Haven't done this in like a year.
So unfortunately, Dale can't make it. So we've got you as the substitute Dale. I have a little favour for you to do for me first. I'd like you to get the nearest device that you can access the Battlebots website on, and I would like you to go to the Nelly the Ellybot page on the Battlebots website.
Yep.
And
Okay.
if you scroll down to favourite robot, can you tell me, other than Cassius, what is listed as Nelly the Ellybot's favourite robot?
I will get on that right now. Favorite robot, Cassius, all different rewards, and free shipping.
Now, with that in mind, on a scale of 1 to Blacksmith winning a judge's decision, how excited do you think I would be to have Gary Ginn on the show?
Probably about as excited as me, and that's not easy.
So, oh my God, it's Gary Ginn!
Hi.
Hello there.
It's me.
Yeah, it's an honour to have you on. Honestly, you are probably one of the best drivers in the sport ever. Just want to get out of the way. I'm a massive fan.
Okay. Well, thanks for the compliments.
We will try and keep our fangirling and fanboying respectively in check this episode. So welcome to the show, Gary. We don't like to muck about on the show, so we're going to get straight into the fights. First up in the Desperado episode, we have Minotaur versus Lucky. What I have to say about this fight is that the audience, myself included, were pleased to see Minotaur back on form.
Oh,
Lucky
yeah.
wasn't.
Oh, lucky.
Pretty much a lamb to the slaughter. Gary, what was it like watching this fight for you?
Yeah, kind of painful.
Yeah, I can imagine, really. Yeah.
Mark was saying that he thought Lucky was in the best shape it's been in a while, but I don't know. I wasn't seeing.
It was quite bad, to be honest. I mean, Lucky 2 seasons ago had a much better driver, so I mean, I guess because of that they just had a lot more luck. But like in the past few seasons, it's so sad because I've been rooting for them all the time, because especially because of Ziggy in Rubber Games or Life Circuit and how legendary that is. I'm just so sad whenever they fight and just take the hardest L, because I just so want this team to do well, and it just never do.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess driver had something to do with it, but yeah, drivetrain too.
Yeah,
Just breaks so easily. But yeah,
We'll move on to Black Dragon versus Captain Shredderator. That fight was kind of over quite short and sweet, really. It was a bit of a clinical execution on account of Minotaur. So on to one that was a bit more explosive. We have Black Dragon versus Captain Shredderator. Now, at first, kind of Black Dragon seemed to not really know what it was doing with itself at first, which allowed Shredderator to spin up. Then we got that fantastic hit that sent both of them flying across the arena. Black Dragon then gave it another solid hit, and the force of that and it sort of bouncing off the arena seemed to kill the captain. And so press F to pay your respects to Captain Shredderator.
yeah, but of course, Black Dragon did give him another hit, which kind of did stop them spinning, but did kind of start their movement again. So I don't know what's up with them.
I want to know if it was the wall that took Shred's teeth off or Black Dragon's wedge, because I kind of couldn't determine that from the footage.
yeah, I think it was mostly the corner because probably hit 2 of the walls, so knocked off more than one of the teeth. But yeah, at the beginning, couldn't figure out what Black Dragon was waiting for. Just trying to kiss him with the corner of the wedge, or usually I would just go for it. And when they finally did, it seemed to work. So hey,
hey, poor Captain Shredderator.
yeah.
Another loss. F.
0-3.
So on to Gruff versus Endgame, and I'm going to say I'm quite salty about this fight because the floor. It's such a shame. Gruff was doing so well. Endgame wasn't great after the first hit, and it's just for Gruff it was a sucky way to lose, huh?
Yeah,
it sucked.
Yeah, because it wasn't really the floor. It was the part of the floor that's always a hole, always has a hole in it. The kill stall hole. That was just that was painful to watch.
Shame the kill saws didn't do what they did to Dissector in I think season 2.0 when they just like sawed off the hammer so that it could just keep on moving.
Cut them free. Yeah, they were trying. Well, they tried once and I think they gave up.
Yeah.
Then Gruff was trying to wiggle himself out, just couldn't do it.
It sucks though because that could have been such a good fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still a good fight anyway, and fortunately that happened, towards the end, and you still got a lot of great fight out of that. And if I was the Gruff team, I would still take away from that fight that it was still a great fight. But that's just such a frustrating way to lose.
Oh yeah,
it is bad. Yeah, like especially so close to the end, like 2 more seconds, and they would have been fine. But it's
do you think they should join Cobalt in the Floor Victims Club? I think they should.
Probably, yeah.
So on to Warhawk versus Ragnarok. It was great to see Ragnarok last longer this time. And you know what? It's such a shame because in the test box, I've seen Ragnarok's axe and it's awesome. And it's just such a shame that it's not been working well actually in the battle box. I mean, at least it fired in this fight this time. But I love you, really, Tim. But it's so frustrating, especially because I've seen what it could do. I've seen that axe working properly in the test box. It was like, oh, that's nasty. But it's not done it in the battle box. And although that last hit from Warhawk is up there with one of my favorite hits, I think definitely for this episode and possibly even in the series, because it was just boom, done, link out. Though I feel compelled to say this is not an opening for a link switch debate. But yeah, F for Ragnarok.
The thing is, in my Discord watch party call thing we had on, literally right before that hit happened, I was literally about to say to them, you know what? I think that's I think Ragnarok's got this. It's doing pretty well. And then as soon as I was about to say that, it got flung like 10 feet into the air, whatever it is.
Yeah, it was really pretty frustrating to watch and to see Warhawk not up to 100%.
Yeah.
But actual issue. They weren't driving as fast as they could. Weapon wasn't spinning much. Ragnarok's hammer wasn't working as well as it could. But yeah.
Maybe Warhawk hasn't recovered from Hydra.
Yeah.
It's got a split personality now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So on to Minotaur versus Endgame. Well, Endgame didn't really seem to have recovered well from its last fight against Gruff. It got pretty much yeeted by Minotaur, but I will give them credit for lasting so long whilst limping, though.
Oh yeah. I mean those wedge looks were just taken off straight away. It was like,
yes.
God damn, Minotaur's back. It's so good to see.
It was nice to see them strewn across the arena, just like wedge lip by.
And then he just seemed to die. I'm not quite sure what that was about.
Well, the belt fell off.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it seems to die before being thrown into the screws. So
it went outside the weapon environment because the belt fell off. I'm sorry, it's that sketch. So yes. It was another slaughter on account of Minotaur, really. Minotaur's back on form in the Desperado, which is what we like to see. And Endgame lost out. Bye Endgame.
Yeah. Shame, really.
Yeah. Good old Minotaur is back, unfortunately, for everybody else.
Yeah. The audience are pleased that it's back on form. Its opponents, not so much. So, Black Dragon versus Warhawk. Warhawk didn't spin up, really, so it was pretty much open to getting buggered by Black Dragon. and it was another valiant win for the duck-wielding Brazilians. And it just, poor Warhawk.
Yeah. It just like died like in the center of the arena, which is a bit sad.
Yeah, but then as soon as he was upside down on the screws, the wheel started moving again. So, don't know.
It's sad because, last season, Warhawk was a top 16 robot. So, you're obviously kind of expecting it to do well and be kind of, really go. I didn't expect to see it in the Desperado, put it that way. It was such a shame that it lost out to Hydra the way it did. Although as entertaining as it was, I'll give it that. It's like, last year it was a top 16 robot, and this year it got split in 3 by a flipper. Sorry, I mean, I do love War. I love its paint job as well. It's awesome. But yeah, it's sad to see that. You know what was an entertaining fight? It's, this big old thing. It's called Deep Six.
Oh my god, this fight!
And it went up against Axe Backwards. Now, I know that Deep Six is considered a glass cannon, but it's still absolutely terrifying. I mean, you can see it's a very unstable robot, but you still do not want that bar hitting you. Like, it's Robot Wars fans, I think, see in Deep Six what they wish Apex had done on Robot Wars. It's it's this stupidly big weapon, and it's like, please work. Just once. I just want to see it work once and do the devastating thing it does. And it did it to Axe Backwards. Axe Backwards became Axe Forwards. I mean, that spinning bar is like 100 pounds of terror.
Yeah, Deep Six really is a robot that's it's going to be a spectacle to see, like no matter what, because if it's destroying something or getting destroyed, it's just going to look amazing doing it. It's a bit like the new Nightmare in a way. Just no matter what happens, it's going to be a spectacle.
Oh yeah, reminds me of whenever Tombstone gets up onto one wheel, but then it's controllable. So even more dangerous.
And they are like Tombstone, sorry about the floor.
It was just a test box.
Yeah, nobody cares about that one. So on to the finale, Black Dragon versus Minotaur. This was an amazing back and forth fight, despite Black Dragon losing its primary weapon. I mean, they took a lot of hits from Minotaur, but I think they pretty much controlled that fight, even without their weapon. So fully deserved the win, in my opinion, and congratulations to those guys.
Yeah, this was by far and away my favorite fight of the entire season so far. It was fantastic. It was everything about it was amazing. It had huge hits. It had robots being flown across the arena. Amazing control, and I do think the right robot won in the end.
Mm.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that they wouldn't give it to Black Dragon because for half the fight their drum wasn't spinning. So.
Yeah.
I think that was a testament to their durability and their aggression as well, actually, because it was kind of like, okay, our weapon's not working, just go for it, punch Minotaur in the face. And I love that kind of attitude. I had that attitude to Rainbow. It's like, it's a spinner, we're gonna get fucked either way, sod it, punch it in the face.
Yeah, I mean, you're fighting Minotaur, weapon or no weapon, that's your only choice.
I mean, and Gary, as a fellow member of the Wedge crew, I mean, you've got to appreciate the kamikaze attitude.
Oh, yeah. Just go for it. Just hit them. That's what I always say. Just hit them.
Right, so we are going to move on to the Shuntposting Awards. Now, as you're a first-timer on the show, Gary, I will explain them to you.
Okay.
They are the John Reed Good Hit of the Night Award, which is awarded to the robot or robots that gave us the most spectacular hit of the episode. We also have the Salt Powered Robot Award, which is given to any situation that made you salty or was maybe controversial. And then we have the Shunty McShuntpost Award, which is basically anything that we felt was the most memeable of the episode, because we are shunt posting, of course, and we're all about the memes. So first up, the Good Hit Award. So we have 3 nominations for this, and Gary, then you will vote on which one of those 3 you think deserves the award. So first up, we have the collision of Black Dragon and Captain Shredderator, Warhawk's final hit on Ragnarok, and Deep Six splitting axe backwards. So Gary, as our guest, I will come to you first. Who would you like to vote for?
I have to go with Black Dragon and Captain Shredderator.
Why would you like to give them your vote?
Oh, because that's exactly what you want to see happen. Full body spinner bouncing all around the arena.
Fair enough. Ned, who would you like to cast your vote for?
I'm probably going to have to go with the Deep Six spin axe backwards, just because it was so nice to see Deep Six finally in the ring, just seeing what it can do.
I have to cast the final vote, and I'm torn because you make an excellent case for Deep Six, but Gary makes an excellent case for Black Dragon and Captain Shredderator. Could either of you offer me something that might persuade me either way? That's a no then. I don't know. Do you know what? Deep Six is ridiculous, and Shuntposting loves ridiculous robots, so I'm gonna have to go with Deep Six. So, congratulations, Deep Six! You win the John Reed Good Hit of the Night Award for the Desperado Tournament. So on to the Salt Powered Robot Award. We have 2 nominations for this. We have the Gruff versus Endgame fight because the floor wins again.
Well, there is one thing one little caveat I'd maybe like to say to this is that maybe we should just give it to the box in general, because these screws obviously were a big factor in taking out Warhawk, and I know a lot of people are quite salty about that too. Okay,
so you want to have 3 nominations for this?
Maybe instead of the floor, just have the box in general, because the box I think it's probably
okay. No, I can get on board with that. Okay, so we'll go for the battle box in general, but with an honourable mention to Gruff.
Yeah.
For that one. And the other nomination is Chris and Kenny for how savage they were about some of the builders in this episode, actually. Ragnarok, Endgame, and Captain Shredderator were notable victims of their burns this episode. So I'm nominating them for the Salt Powered Robot Award. So, Gary, you're our guest. You first. Who'd you like to cast your vote for?
Gonna have to go with the floor.
That's fair enough.
Ned?
I mean, I'll agree with Gary. Yeah, the floor and the floor of the box in general. Seeing as the box in general caused like 2 upsets this episode, yeah, floor / box, whatever you want to call it.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, 2-1, the floor / the battle box wins anyway. So out of loyalty to Tim in particular for getting burned by Chris and Kenny, I'm going to vote for Chris and Kenny just to make it known that I voted for them. But congratulations to the battle box. You have won the Salt Powered Robot Award for the Desperado Tournament. So finally on to the Shunty McShuntpost Award. We have 3 nominations for this one. We have Tim's War Cry, Rawr! And beating the hell out of it, and yeah. Tim rioting, in other words. We also have the return of Floorgate and Black Dragon's little duck, because he's so cute. He goes quack quack. So, Gary, who would you like to vote for?
I don't know. I think Tim's already had his time. So. I'm for the duck.
What about you, Ned?
Thing is, I don't want Tim to riot again. So I'm probably going to have to go with Tim.
See, in terms of memeability, I should give it to Floorgate, because there has been an extraordinary amount of Floorgate memes again on Shuntposting. But once again, you both present very honourable and well thought out arguments for the duck and for Tim. I sided with you on the last one, Ned, so I'm going to have to side with Gary. So we're going to give the Shunty McShuntpost Award to Black Dragon's duck.
Well done.
Well done, duck. So onto the part that Gary's really going to enjoy. It's the member questions.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, how excited are you, Gary?
Super.
Okay, so first question. How much does the shipping cost for one bottle of Gary's gin?
Well, I guess it'd be free because that doesn't exist yet.
I love that you said yet.
Gary opening up a brewery in the future confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. Brewery, a distillery, all that good stuff.
To help Roboteers cope with the stress of
Yeah.
Battlebots.
And
Indeed.
a chain of coffee shops.
Right. So second question. Who did you not expect to see in the Desperado?
Well, let's see. From day one, you don't expect to see Minotaur in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't expect to see Black Dragon in there either. But I guess the Brazilian boys just take a little while to get warmed up. Which
That's true.
So on to another sensible question. How much bot could a wedge bot wedge if a wedge bot could wedge bot? I did that the first time. Yay.
well, if we could, probably all of them, but we're not allowed to do that.
They're allergic to wedges.
Yeah.
Battlebots are.
Well, they're not really wedges. More of inclined bumpers.
I mean, if we do get a season 5, present them with that argument to see what they say. Right. So, fourth question. What's one thing you've taken away from this season that will influence you next season?
What have I taken away?
Donuts from your sponsor.
Yes, we've taken lots of donuts from our sponsor. We've eaten them all. What one thing I'm glad we didn't take away was bot pox.
Or bot flu. I managed not to get bot flu. I was impressed. I get everything.
Yeah. What did I take away? Boy, this is really bad. One takeaway was you can expand your pit area by quite a bit without getting into trouble. So we hope to do that again this season.
Oh, you had deck chairs, didn't you, or something?
Yeah, we had our zero gravity loungers. You know, you gotta relax. You gotta.
I can't take those on a plane from the UK. I mean.
Oh well, just buy a couple when you get over here.
I mean, we're the team that had a GoFundMe, Gary. So.
Sorry.
There you go. So the takeaway from this is that Gary is so experienced that the only thing he's taken away this series is that next year he is cool to bring deck chairs to relax some more.
Yeah, more chairs.
More chairs.
More chairs. Next year.
More chairs for season 5. So, speaking of 5s, on to question 5. When Battlebots?
When Battlebots?
We ask this to every guest. When Battlebots is a thing.
As soon as I figure out what Battlebots.
Have you not watched Battlebots, Gary?
No, I have.
I hoped you had.
Yeah, I haven't ventured into the smaller robots yet.
Can you imagine a beetle-free shipping?
That'd be so cool.
Free envelope! a little envelope with a little flappy flipper.
I may or may not have insider information that there does exist a Antweight free shipping, but that's that you didn't hear that from me. I'm not saying who built it.
My lips are sealed.
Well,
with
our
free
friends over
zipping.
at Hot Bash Parties did. Built a little free shipping with flamethrower that we ran in a charity event last Christmas.
They have made a mini Nelly also, and it makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's when you know you've made it. Is when Bot Bash Parties makes your robot for their fleet. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the best fight you've ever had?
Whoa.
Sensible questions. Ah.
Of any robot or just BattleBots?
It says you've ever had, so I'm guessing any.
Probably beating Last Rites with Original Sin for the for the second time in half an hour.
What year was that one in?
I don't remember.
Fair enough.
09?
09.
Yeah, we actually fought. Original Sin actually fought Last Rites 3 times in that tournament. He put us in the losers bracket. We made it out of the losers bracket and had to beat him twice in a row in the final.
That's mad.
The funniest thing is that after that fight, came out of the arena, and there were some kids there, arena side, asking for one of the tires that he knocked off. I said, sure. But who's your favorite robot? He said, Last Rites.
Oh dear. Question 7. Why didn't you enter the Desperado?
We didn't enter the Desperado because we were in a desperate situation, but mostly lack of spare parts.
Understandable.
Okay.
I mean, it's like it's done in one day, and that's a lot of quick repairs if you get chewed up by spinners.
Yeah. So our lifting mechanism is pretty fragile, way too fragile, and trying to fix it that quickly, that many times in one day was going to be really tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Next question. If there were no rules, what would be your weapon of choice for a fighting robot?
Jeez, I haven't even thought of that.
This is when he just says a wedge still.
A cannon with that shoots parcels.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lasers.
Marble cannon. Just with marbles. Fill in all those little cracks.
Next question. Do you know how many flat Garys there are out in the wild?
I know of 5 flat Garys out in the wild. I have no idea how many really are out there because it is such a simple thing to do. Not that I'm encouraging people to do that.
I've been tempted to make my own, I have to admit.
Yeah, the most recent was a mini flat Gary who went up to the Seattle bot battles.
Oh yeah, the Scorpio's team had that.
And so flat Gary gets around to more places than real Gary.
If you could own one of the rewards house robots, what would it be?
Probably Matilda.
She's a sexy house robot.
Yeah, pretty cute.
Matriarch of mayhem. What's the scariest weapon you've ever fought against?
Scariest weapon, it's got to be Last Rites and his blade.
Makes sense. And what's your favorite wedge?
What was that again?
What's your favorite wedge?
That one was from Nate.
Yeah.
What's my favorite wedge bot?
Yeah.
Nate would love you very much if you say Thunderchild because it is on Battlebots Season 2.
Well, yeah, if I said La Machine, you'd think I was kissing up to Greg and Trey.
We totally would.
I mean, to be fair, La Machine is a legend, so...
I don't know. I haven't actually thought about that. Which wedge would I rate the fight?
But Thunderchild has an Udder Gun sticker and La Machine doesn't.
Okay, there you go.
Which I think is a very reasonable argument. Oh, we have one last bonus question, actually. It is, if Original Sin and Free Shipping had a baby, would it be called Original Shipping or Free Sinning?
Probably Free Sinning.
Fair enough.
Love a bit of free sinning. Well, Gary, that's the end of the members' questions, and it's the end of the Shuntcast. Aww. Do you have anything you'd like to say to our viewers before we depart?
Boy. Keep watching, keep listening, Keep commenting. Let everybody know how much you love fighting robots.
And the Shuntcast.
And oh yeah, and the Shuntcast.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Gary. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Okay, this has been fun.
So it's goodbye from Ned.
Yeah, goodbye, everyone.
It's goodbye from Gary.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from the Queen. Goodbye.